Before you scroll, pause for a moment, because what you're about to hear is not just another story about success. It's a story about how greatness is built, quietly, patiently, relentlessly. Welcome to Titans of Success, a channel where we explore the lives of the greatest uncommon achievers the world has ever known. The ones who refused to stay average, the ones who built greatness through discipline, sacrifice, and relentless focus. Here, we don't just tell stories, we break down the mindset behind greatness. We uncover what they did differently, how they thought, how they moved, how they stayed consistent when everything around them tried to break them. Because success leaves clues, and on this channel, we follow those clues, step by step. So if you're ready to think differently, to grow, to become more than average, then subscribe to Titans of Success right now, because every video you watch here might just change the direction of your life. And before we begin, understand this. You are about to hear the journey of a player who rose to become one of the best in the world, a Grand Slam champion, a Masters 1000 winner, an ATP Finals champion, a player who has defeated the greatest names in tennis, a player who built one of the most dominant straight-set winning streaks in modern tennis, and a player who returned from controversy and pressure, not broken, but stronger. This is not just success. This is mastery built over time. And to understand this journey even deeper, you need to understand the man behind it. Jannik Sinner was born on August 16, 2001, in San Candido, a small town in northern Italy. Raised in the Alpine region of South Tyrol, his father worked as a chef and his mother as a waitress at a ski lodge. A simple upbringing, far from luxury, far from spotlight, surrounded by mountains, discipline, and routine. He grew up speaking German as his first language before Italian, and spent most of his childhood on snow rather than on a tennis court, becoming one of the top junior skiers in Italy before making a life-changing decision to fully commit to tennis in his early teenage years. Standing over 6 feet tall, with a lean athletic build, Sinner developed a playing style built on precision, powerful baseline hitting, and unmatched mental composure. Coached early in his career by Riccardo Piatti, he transformed from a promising junior into one of the most feared competitors on the ATP Tour. And what makes his journey even more remarkable is not just the titles he has won, but the consistency he has built. At one point during his rise, he went on an extraordinary run of consecutive straight-set victories, winning over 25 consecutive sets at the highest level of tennis, dominating match after match without giving opponents a chance to recover, showing a level of control that very few players in modern tennis have achieved. He has also built multiple unbeaten runs across tournaments, going deep into events without losing matches, proving that his success is not accidental, but sustained. But here's what makes this story even more powerful and even more relevant right now. Why is Jannik Sinner rising so fast, dominating the rankings and closing the gap on the very top? It's not luck, it's not coincidence, it's a combination of factors that reveal exactly how greatness works in real life. First, his performance. Sinner has become one of the most dominant baseline players in the world. Powerful ground strokes, precise shot selection, calm decision-making under pressure. He doesn't just play matches, he controls them. Every rally, every point, every moment. Second, his consistency. Against players outside the top 20, he has built an extraordinary win rate, winning over 97% of his matches. Think about that. That level of consistency is not normal. It is the result of discipline, preparation, and mental strength. Because greatness is not just about beating the best, it's about never losing to the rest. Third, the ranking advantage. Due to his previous suspension, he has fewer ranking points to defend compared to his rivals, which gives him a strategic edge. While Carlos Alcaraz has thousands of points to defend, Sinner is rising with momentum, closing the gap step by step. Fourth, recent dominance. Victories at major tournaments like Indian Wells, strong performances in Miami, consistent deep runs, all contributing to his rapid climb in the rankings, bringing him closer than ever to the world #1 position. And finally, maturity, not just physical, but tactical. His ability to adapt, to improve, to evolve his game, especially his serve and decision-making under pressure, shows something deeper. He's not just talented, he's learning, and learning fast. And with this level of momentum, one thing becomes clear. He is not just chasing greatness, he is becoming it. In a world where everyone is trying to be seen, trying to be loud, trying to be noticed, there is one player who chose a different path. No noise, no drama, no distractions, just focus, just discipline, just dominance. His name is Jannik Sinner, and on Titans of Success, we don't just tell stories, we break down the mindset behind greatness. Because what makes a champion is not what you see on the surface, it's what happens in the unseen moments, the sacrifices, the struggles, the decisions, the discipline when no one is watching. This is the story of a young boy who started far away from the spotlight, far away from the noise of global tennis, in a quiet region of northern Italy surrounded by mountains, snow, and silence. Long before the stadium lights, long before the trophies, long before the world rankings, there was a boy who didn't even dream of tennis because his first love was skiing. Waking up in freezing mornings, stepping into a world where speed, precision, and control decide everything, where one mistake can send you crashing, where hesitation leads to failure, and where fear can take over if you allow it. And in that environment, he learned something that most people never truly master: control. Not just physical control, but emotional control. The ability to stay calm when everything around you is unstable, the ability to focus when pressure builds, the ability to trust yourself when nothing feels certain. Those lessons didn't stay in the mountains. They followed him into every moment of his career. At just 13 years old, he made a decision that most people spend their entire lives avoiding. He left home, not because it was easy, not because it was safe, but because it was necessary. Leaving behind his family, his comfort, his routine, stepping into a life that demanded responsibility, discipline, and sacrifice. Imagine being that young and choosing a life that most adults are afraid to live, choosing discomfort over comfort, choosing growth over ease, choosing the unknown over security. That decision alone reveals something powerful about his mindset, because greatness does not begin with talent, it begins with choice. When he started taking tennis seriously, there was nothing extraordinary about him. No headlines, no hype, no spotlight, no viral attention. Just a young player trying to improve, trying to compete, trying to belong. He lost matches, many of them. Difficult matches, frustrating matches, matches that exposed his weaknesses and tested his belief. Moments where everything felt like it was falling apart. Moments where doubt started to take control. And in those moments, he faced the same internal battle that stops most people. The voice that tells you that you're not good enough. The voice that tells you to quit. The voice that convinces you to stay where it's safe. Most people listen to that voice. Most people slow down. Most people give up. But not Sinner. Instead of running from failure, he moved toward it. Instead of avoiding mistakes, he studied them. Instead of quitting, he committed even deeper. More repetition, more discipline, more focus. Hours on the court refining every detail of his game, improving his movement, sharpening his technique, strengthening his mind. Because he understood something powerful that most people ignore. Success is not built in the spotlight. It is built in silence, in the early mornings, in the late nights, in the empty courts, in the moments where no one is watching. Slowly, without noise, without attention, he began to rise, breaking into the ATP rankings, winning his first titles, gaining recognition not through hype, but through consistency, becoming one of the youngest players to challenge the best in the world. And then came the biggest stage, the Grand Slams, where pressure is at its highest, where expectations are overwhelming, where only the mentally strongest survive. Sinner didn't just show up, he competed, he adapted, he learned from every experience, match after match, tournament after tournament, building confidence, building resilience, building control, until he broke through, winning Grand Slam titles, including the Australian Open, stepping into a new level of greatness. But he didn't stop there, because true champions don't stop when they reach the top, they evolve. He went on to win Masters 1000 tournaments, competing against the best players in the world and controlling matches with a level of precision that made him stand out, dictating tempo, forcing opponents into mistakes, dominating rallies without emotion, without panic, without distraction. And then came the rivalry that would define his era. Across the net stood Carlos Alcaraz, explosive, emotional, fearless, unpredictable, everything Sinner was not. And that contrast created something powerful. Their matches became battles of mindset as much as skill, fire versus ice, chaos versus control, moments where intensity reached its peak, where every rally felt like a test of endurance, focus, and mental strength. And in one defining moment, Sinner stood on the edge of victory, championship point, everything within reach. And then he lost. That moment could have ended everything, because when you come that close to greatness and it slips away, it forces you to confront yourself, to question your ability, your mindset, your future. Most players break in that moment. They lose confidence, they play safe, they never take risks again. But not Sinner. He used that loss as fuel. He studied his mistakes, improved his weaknesses, strengthened his mind, and came back stronger, more focused, more disciplined. And then something changed, something dangerous. He stopped losing control. Match after match, he dominated, winning in straight sets, building incredible streaks, 26 consecutive sets, then more, at the highest level, against the best players in the world. No emotional breakdown, no panic, no hesitation, just precision, just control, just mastery. Opponents tried everything to break him, to disrupt his rhythm, to force mistakes, but there was nothing to attack, because his greatest strength was not physical, it was mental. But greatness is always tested, and for Sinner, that test came unexpectedly. A doping controversy involving close to ball. Suddenly, everything he had built was questioned. Criticism grew, doubt spread, pressure increased, and a suspension followed, 3 months away from the game at the peak of his career. Everything paused, everything uncertain. Most players don't recover from that. Most players lose confidence, lose rhythm, lose belief. But Sinner was different, because he wasn't built on hype, he was built on discipline. And discipline does not break, it adapts, it strengthens, it endures. He came back stronger, sharper, more focused, and when he returned, he didn't just compete, he dominated again, winning major titles, ATP Finals, continuing to prove that his success was not temporary. It was built on something deeper, something stronger, something unbreakable. Today, Jannik Sinner stands at the top of tennis, not as the loudest player, not as the most expressive, but as one of the most disciplined, one of the most consistent, one of the most dangerous competitors in the world. Because while others chase attention, he chases mastery. While others look for validation, he builds consistency. And that is the real lesson. You don't need noise to become powerful. You don't need attention to dominate. You don't need validation to succeed. You need discipline, consistency, focus, and the ability to keep going when no one is watching, when no one is cheering, when no one believes in you. So, before you leave, take a second and really think about what you just heard. This wasn't just about Jannik Sinner. This was about discipline, about sacrifice, about choosing a path that most people are too afraid to walk. Because the truth is, greatness is not reserved for a few people. It's reserved for the few who are willing to endure what others won't. The ones who keep going when it's uncomfortable. The ones who stay focused when distractions are everywhere. The ones who show up again and again and again, even when no one is watching. That's what makes a titan. Not talent, not luck, but consistency and relentless discipline. So ask yourself, are you willing to do what it takes? Are you willing to stay committed when it gets hard? Are you willing to build something in silence until the world has no choice but to notice? Because the difference between average and greatness is not opportunity, it's decision. One decision repeated every single day. And if you're serious about becoming more, about thinking differently, about rising above the average mindset, then this channel, Titans of Success, is for you. Because here, we don't just tell stories, we break down the lives of the world's greatest uncommon achievers, the Titans, so you can learn how they think, how they move, how they rise, and how you can do the same. So don't just watch, commit. Subscribe to Titans of Success and join a community of people who refuse to stay ordinary. Because the next Titan we talk about could inspire your breakthrough. And one day, that Titan could be you.